recently were at a session of Manitowoc University, held regularly at the Manitowoc Education and Technology Center, where we took the opportunity to talk to product specialists about their equipment and the innovations in design and construction that helps operators achieve more with less operational cost.
Jackson has set a new standard in the warewash industry with the introduction of our new CREW conveyor dish machine. CREW is an acronym that stands for Clean, Reliable, Eco-Friendly Warewashing. And with the CREW, we've not only given the product new performance attributes, but also a brand new appearance. The appearance of the product is much different from what you've seen in this category so far. Instead of lots of flat surfaces and hard angles, we've softened the look of the product by curving the front door and adding molded components to each side of the door. This gives the product a much more appealing appearance. The door to the CREW raises upwards, so instead of hinges, it's actually supported by dual springs. This eliminates the problem that a lot of our competitors have with their hinge doors that open outwards into the aisleway. Two issues with that. First of all, it blocks the aisleway in front of the machine. Dish rooms are typically very small and space is limited, so when the doors are open, it blocks the path and limits people from passing in front of the machine. That's not the case with the CREW. As you see, it raises up, it's got dual springs to support the door, and it's very easy to open and close. Second, with the doors that open outwards, the condensation that builds up on the inside of the doors will drip down onto the floor in front of the machine. That could create a possible slip and fall hazard. That doesn't happen with the CREW. As you see, the door is upwards, and that's going to cause any dripping to come down from the inside of the door to go right back into the machine where the condensation belongs. Operation of the CREW could not be any easier. If you can push a single button, you can run this machine. That makes it much easier for turnover in the dish room or language barriers. It's as simple as push the button and the machine starts up. That's simple. To shut the machine down, push the button, the machine turns off. Inside the CREW, you see the door raises up. This is very different from what our competitors offer. Most of our competitors have units that open with hinged doors that come out into the aisle. First of all, that blocks the aisleway in front of the machine, which creates a problem because then other people can't get through. Dish rooms are typically very small, so space is limited. With the CREW, the door raises up and leaves the aisleway wide open. Second, this also opens up the machine where it's very accessible, where you get inside to remove the screens or the curtains during maintenance. The door is double insulated. That's going to keep heat inside the machine, which is going to conserve energy, but also make for a much more pleasant work environment inside the dish room. By retaining the heat, it also keeps the door cool to the touch, so when the operator is touching the door to raise it up or down, there's no harm because the door stays cool. Inside the CREW 44, there are a total of 12 wash arms, 6 on the top and 6 on the bottom. The wash arms are essential to the performance of the conveyor, and they have a unique non-clogging convex jet design that gives you a self-cleaning effect inside the wash arm. This is important because the wash arms never have to be removed, and that's a huge labor savings for the operator. In addition to that, the convex jet design, backed by the largest wash tank in the industry, create a heavy deluge of water and agitation that get the dishes clean the first time. And we do this while reducing the water consumption to an industry-leading 0.32 gallons per rack. Another feature of the CREW is the rainbow rinse, which is an exclusive arched arm design that provides superior rinse action. The 4 spray nozzles distribute a fan pattern mist that creates a matrix of rinse water, providing increased performance with less water. The Energy Guard control system works by an activation lever when the rack comes into the wash area. This is going to turn on the wash arms, and then once the rack passes out of that area and the lever pops back into place, the wash arms are shut down. As it rolls down the conveyor into the rinse area, the control on the rinse side is activated, and that's going to turn on our rainbow rinse. Once the rack leaves the rinse area, the rinse cycle is shut down. That's going to cut down idle energy use. At first appearance, it doesn't look like there's a booster heater with this unit because typically they're a side mount or a top mount. The CREW 44 actually has a built-in onboard booster heater that's not visible. It's underneath this panel at the top. Removal of the panel Opens up a recessed area at the top of the machine. Here we have the booster heater on the left-hand side that's built in. There are two boosters that are available. We have a 12 kW that's available for a 40-degree rise, or an 18 kW which gives you a 70-degree rise. Servicing the Crew 44 could not be any easier. We've located the service panel in the front of the machine instead of in the back like on a lot of our competitors' units. So everything's right here in the front. The removal of two panels gives you access to all of your controls, and the operator can sit right in front of the machine and comfortably work on all the machine components.